3 years ago, Huffington Post reported that marijuana prohibition costs the government an estimated $20 billion annually. Not good for our government that is $19 trillion in debt. And since that was 3 years ago, marijuana prohibition probably costs the government an estimated $22 billion today. Some of the factors creating this monstrous cost of prohibition are the cost of active law enforcement and the training, the cost of prosecution and defense of accused offenders, cost of incarceration of convicted offenders, and the cost of foster care and social services for children of incarcerated offenders. Not a good thing. However, if legalized, marijuana can be taxed similar to alcohol or tobacco, creating money and helping the government stop or even reverse the flow of money from the U.S.
But every $1 we collect in alcohol and cigarette tax, we're losing $10 in social costs. So we're not really gaining money from that, we're losing money. And couldn't you expect marijuana to be the same way?
I'll get to that. In Colorado, where marijuana is legalized for recreational use, the state brought in $73.5 million in just the first 7 months of 2015 from marijuana taxes. Think about how much money state governments and the federal government would make if marijuana was legalized in all 50 states. There's your answer. However, if marijuana is legalized, many prisoners will be in prison for something that would now be legal, the possession of marijuana. I feel that these people should be freed. They do not pose danger to society. All they did was smoke marijuana or have it in their car. They are not drug lords or found to possess any other drugs, like heroin or cocaine. Plus, if marijuana is legalized, more regulations will be put in place to stop minor use of the drug and the black market sales of the drug. That's all.
There are plenty of reasons why marijuana should not be legalized. My first reason is that black market sales and diversion would increase. Since medical marijuana will be available to adults who qualify to use it, it is likely the black market sales will attack the youth. States that have legalized medical marijuana have seen it divert to recreational use. A study of one of Colorado treatment centers reported that 48% of adolescents got marijuana from.
Going back to the black market thing, do you know how much the black market is like going on right now while marijuana is illegal?
No, I don't know. A study of one of Colorado's treatment centers reported that 48% of adolescents in treatment obtain marijuana from adults with medical marijuana license. Colorado's medical marijuana isn't just being diverted inside Colorado, but also 23 states across the country. My second reason is that marijuana will increase public costs. The consumption of drugs always adds the risk of adding burdens to the public funds. Alcohol alone costs 15 times more than the revenue gained by its taxation. For every $1 we collect in alcohol and tobacco tax, we lose $10 in social costs. And we can expect marijuana will be the same way.
But isn't that just alcohol and marijuana is different?
Yeah,
from
but
alcohol?
marijuana has some of the same stuff as alcohol, like will have some of the same effects. Like it will help people get into car crashes and stuff. So it'll have the same effects, so it'll cost about the same money. Marijuana will do the same by impairing your mind so you can't drive correctly and do physical damage to your brain and other organs in your body. So it will make you more likely to get in car accidents and get into construction accidents. My third reason is that it can make sick people even sicker. Marijuana can have a devastating impact on people with AIDS. It can weaken their immune systems to such an extent they'll be vulnerable to infection from pneumonia, Kaposi sarcoma, and many other infections. Regular use of marijuana can cause respiratory problems, which leads to lung cancer. If you smoke marijuana while you are pregnant, it can have many effects on your baby, like miscarriages, in utero, fetal death, infant death right after birth, and also behavioral and biological abnormalities of the offspring. My last reason is that there is no evidence to prove that any level of use is either beneficial or even safe. We have acknowledged for a long time the dangers of tobacco. Like medical marijuana, it was once counted as a healthy thing, but many people still believe that marijuana is safe. It has been shown that smoking marijuana exposes us to many toxins found in cigarettes. While the use of medical marijuana states that it can be beneficial for the treatment of some mental health disorders, this could not be further from the truth. Marijuana has shown to be a factor in the development of mental health disorders and can also trigger bipolar episodes and schizophrenia. Schizophrenia is a chronic and severe mental disorder that affects how a person thinks, feels, and behaves. There are many more reasons to be told, but I'm done. Thank you.